I'm here with John and Kathryn Heffernan on their dairy farm here in Ballymacarbery. John, Kathryn, tell us a bit about yourselves.
I've lived here all my life. John and I got married in 1987. John is from Feathered, he's even more Tipperary than I am. We have 180 cows. Usually Niall does the morning milking and I do the evening milking. We milk all the year round.
And John, I believe you worked a 9-to-5 job before you came to farming.
That's right, yeah, that's right. No, I as a child I always loved farming, and it was my ambition. Like I wasn't blessed with very good academic skills, but I liked the practical. I got stuck into farming before I got involved with Kathryn. I had bought my own farm. The challenges in farming have changed a lot during our working career, and now, you know, farming is a bit more isolated, a bit more demanding on physical work, despite the fact we've all adapted new technologies and new ways and means of getting more work done more efficiently with adapting all the new technologies, but there's still a lot of physical in it, and we do need to just try and make it as easy as we can to keep going as long as we can.
I would think it's a healthy occupation, Claudia, because you're outside a lot, you're moving around, you're getting exercise kind of in spite of yourself, but that leads to other little ailments and twinges as well.
Unfortunately, I suppose for someone of my age, I'm 62, there's a lot of wear and tear in the system. You know, we're replacing parts of the machines there, you know, because they get worn out after 10 years. We have a few years more than that done, and we didn't replace anything yet, but there's bound to be a lot of wear in there, you know, but we'll keep it going as long as we can. I had two serious accidents, in that everything had to come to a stop. All the other minor injuries, you know, you keep going and you tolerate the pain because you have to get X, Y and Z done. You've only so many hours in the day. It's pressure, pressure, pressure. The challenge of just getting yourself back on track then, like finding a few hours to go and do something about it, is always the big challenge. So you tend to, there's too many other things, or there's too many other people waiting for you to go and see to yourself, but yet you ring the vet like that.
Sometimes it takes something to happen that you have to stop against your will nearly. I slipped one evening in the pit in the parlour on the ice and gave myself a fine wallop. I fell backwards, so I got it in my back, but sure, I just kind of struggled on and I was complaining and giving out. I made up every excuse, and 'twas only afterwards, when it was still aggravating me, probably 5 or 6 weeks on, that I went and did something about it and went to get physio, but I learned a lesson from that.
I would typically see amongst farmers, you know, that it just goes to breaking point before getting something seen to like that. Getting it seen to early, it can be quite a quick fix, and you can go on about your job with very little intervention. People often think of, you know, if I don't go and get it seen to, I'm missing out on time and work. But actually in the long term, you know, the longer you go on with it, you're probably going to see yourself out possibly for longer in the future. But the demands on your muscles and joints is huge in that regard. So I suppose it's about finding ways, I suppose, to minimise the load and stress, be it machinery or be it setup. And then I suppose oftentimes it can be actually strengthening the muscles required to a level to be able to tolerate that load on a daily basis.
The biggest thing is that if something goes wrong and you're feeling, you know, the pressure, that you just have to stop and get help and get time to go and do something about it. That's the biggest thing we would have been guilty of in our time, not doing something about it, and then down the road, it mightn't be this calving season anymore, it'll be next calving season you'll feel it.
I know maybe the perception amongst farmers might be that wear and tear indicates joint replacement, or that they're going to have to seek maybe more drastic treatments, and oftentimes that doesn't have to be the case. A common misconception is often that, you know, exercise has to be something that's done every day. 2 to 3 times a week of exercises that are kind of pitched at a correct load in terms of volume and intensity can have a big impact on strength.
We realise now that we could have done something about stuff. Back then we didn't take it seriously enough, you know. That would be the message I'd have for guys, you know, to take it seriously when you have a problem and go and get something about it, and you know, mind yourself.